A Victorian coffin bricked inside a false wall for over a century was never meant to be found. But what's been leaking out of it every night since 1987 suggests whatever's inside already knew it would be. Not metaphorically, literally. Rusty, corroded nails collect on the floor beneath it every single night, and nobody has ever caught it happening on camera. Let me walk you through everything we know about this deeply unsettling object. The coffin was discovered in 1987 during a routine demolition of an old funeral home outside Lancaster. Workers found it bricked inside a false wall, sealed shut with 12 iron nails driven through the lid at irregular angles. Strange positioning, according to the historians who later examined it, almost ritualistic rather than functional. When the local historical society took custody of the object, they made a decision to leave it sealed. Nobody knew who was buried inside. There were no records, no name, no date, just the coffin, the brickwork, and those 12 nails. Within 3 weeks of its arrival at the museum, staff started noticing small collections of rusty nails on the floor each morning. At first, they blamed the old building itself. Loose hardware, deteriorating structure, reasonable explanations for reasonable people. Then, someone stayed late. A volunteer curator named Doris Hartwell reportedly witnessed the phenomenon firsthand in 1991. According to her written account, which is still held by the museum, she observed the nails appearing to slide from the wood grain itself, emerging slowly like the wood was exhaling them. She described the sound as a low grinding, almost like breathing. She quit the following morning and refused to discuss it publicly until 2003. Here is where things become genuinely strange. Museum staff began counting the nails each evening and again each morning. Without exception, exactly 12 new nails appeared every night. Always 12, always rusty, always cold to the touch, regardless of ambient temperature. Metallurgical analysis confirmed the nails are consistent with mid-19th century iron manufacturing processes, meaning whatever is producing them is somehow generating historically accurate artifacts every single night. Attempts to install infrared cameras around the coffin have consistently failed. Equipment malfunctions, memory cards corrupt, batteries drain completely within hours. 3 separate tech teams have documented this. None of them had an explanation. Paranormal researchers have theorized the 12 nails represent something deliberate. In certain folk traditions, iron nails were used to bind spirits to a location to prevent the dead from rising or wandering. 12 specifically appears in older Germanic burial rituals connected to containment rather than burial. The implication being that whatever or whoever is inside this coffin was not simply buried. They were locked in, and every midnight they are still trying to get out. The coffin has never been opened. The museum has declined every request. Staff rotate quickly. Several former employees have reported identical nightmares for years after leaving. The nails are collected each morning and stored in a separate room. That room now contains over 12,000 nails spanning nearly 35 years. Nobody knows where they come from. Nobody knows how to stop it. And every single night at midnight, it happens again. What do you think is actually inside that coffin?